Tom.
Welcome to a brand new week. It's actually like Saturday and like 2 in the morning, but this week's been a blur. And it kind of starts off with a bit of bad news, too. On Tuesday, December 3rd, Donna took Baxter in to go to the vet because while he was here, he'd been very lethargic, having trouble walking, and occasionally would just whine out for seemingly no reason. Well, it turns out he was actually very sick. I don't remember the exact details, but I believe he had he had like tumors on his brain and like tumors in his abdomen. So, on that day, they had to put Baxter down. It was been fairly rough for the past few days on Donna and on myself. I didn't know Baxter very long, but he was a very good dog. And, Donna's had him for his entire life. I believe he was around 11 or 12 years old. So, he lived to a fairly old age, but he was just so sick. And unfortunately, he's gone. So there is that. It's one of those things where, it's almost like it's almost unfair that, that you have to like be torn away from a pet or like a loved one when you feel like it's so early. But then when you look about it in the other direction, you kind of have to think to yourself that, that pet, that, your dog, cat, bird, whatever, maybe not bird, they're only around for a short part of your life, but you play such a big part in their entire life. So no matter what pet you have in your life, or even the people in your life, they're only around for a portion of your life, whether they be older or younger than you, even the same age, because things change and you might move on. So be sure to cherish the here and now of them. And, make sure that they know the people that are important to you, the animals that are important to you. Make sure that they know you love them. Because there's a good chance you might not get another chance at it. It's fairly like it's a rough thing to have to go through a loss like that. And for the past week, I've been talking to Donna, and we've just been talking, trying to help her feel better. Definitely not trying to help her forget, because that's not what you do. You got to keep the memories there. And even though like such a large loss like this is so fresh, it's tough. It's really tough. But, as time goes on, the wounds will heal, but the memories won't. So that's always good. Anyway, it's a little bit difficult to move on from this, especially with this being a weekly vlog. There's going to be quite a bit of whiplash between this clip and like the next one. So I'm going to try and like ease into it a little bit with what I've been doing and what's been going on throughout this week. I've gotten back into streaming. I think I feel like I've been a little bit sick since everybody left, because I've never hosted that many people before, and it was like very like nerve-wracking and anxiety inducing. So for a couple days I just kind of chilled out and didn't do too much. But then I slowly started getting back into streaming. I played in terms of streaming, I played Star Fox 2, which was a very fun game, and honestly, like, for its time, I can kind of see why they canceled it because of the upcoming Nintendo 64. But it's a really good game. If you have an SNES Classic and you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. And it's by the time this vlog comes out, Star Fox 2 will be available on the Switch's online store. Or online like service. So, you know, you can play it a little bit there. What else has happened this week? I ordered a pair of Galaxy Buds, which are like a wireless earbud, similar to AirPods, but they're less expensive. And they still work with iOS, so that's pretty good. Pop those in for a little bit, and they're really dangerous. Like, and I don't mean in the sense where it's like they shock you or anything like that. I mean, I put them into my ear, and I didn't want to take them out. They were really easy to use, really, like, comfortable. I don't know if, like, other wireless earbuds are the same way, but, like, it's just nuts. Because, like, it's... One of my biggest issues with, like, anything is cords. I hate, like, having cords attached to me. Because they get in the way and, like, get tangled up in them, and you might damage them by, like, pulling on them. I have a set of headphones that I've used for, like, the past, like, 10 years, and, like, the cable is just completely destroyed. It still works, but it might as well be completely destroyed. That's good. I ordered something that came today. I'll show it to you tomorrow because I'm in my bedroom right now and I don't feel like walking all the way upstairs to show you guys, but it is pretty amazing. So I got that. And then, today, I got it today, and today I also streamed some more Pokemon, so that's quite a bit. It's just fun. I haven't gotten around to playing Pokemon Sword for a while. It's just been fun, and I'm really sorry. I'm still kind of like down about all this. It's been a long week. But anyway, that's a little bit of the recap I've had going on for this week, and like I said, it's gonna be a little bit of whiplash going to the next clip, and I apologize for that. But just remember to appreciate the ones that you care about the most. All right. It is Saturday, and actually there's a few things that I didn't really go over on Friday's vlog that I probably should have. I guess the main thing is that I had a physical on Friday, just because I hadn't had one in a while. I think last one I had was before I moved to Austin, so little 2.25 years ago. So had to get that sorted out. Got my flu shot. Everything else is up to snuff. I'm pretty healthy, except I'm a touch overweight. And Doc says that I should be exercising at least 75 minutes of hardcore cardio a week or 150 minutes of like light cardio a week. And generally, like, what that's for is it's like keep you in like good enough shape to where your body's not gonna like completely deteriorate once you hit like old age. Like, how generally when you get older, or generally when people get older, you see like the old people like having trouble like walking and like hobbling around, like needing a cane and whatnot. So just keeping active is enough to be like active enough on a weekly basis, on like a regular basis, enough to fend that off, and just sort of be, I guess, like healthier, healthier in your old age. Because nobody wants to be in that situation where they're like confined to a chair their whole life. The other thing I wanted to go over is something that I did actually mention yesterday but didn't get a chance to show you. And that is, do you see this? This is a substitute. And it's about the size that I think that a substitute in Pokemon would be. However, that changed after I got this. Meet my large son. Competing with, if you've seen Stephen Plays Pixelmon videos, competing with Alex's large son. But yeah, this thing is massive. You can get this at the Pokemon Center website. And it's one of those things where it's like, I was kind of looking for one of these for a while. Like, honestly, like, I'm very satisfied with this one because it's like it's sizable, but it's like compact enough to be able to like hold up and be like, oh, here's a sub for your sub. This chonker, on the other hand, is like probably about the size I'd imagine one of these being for a quarter of your HP to summon to a battlefield. But man alive, this thing is absolutely nuts, and I love it. And he's like
he's soft, but if you like squeeze him tight, you could feel that there's like kind of like some harder stuffing in there. I guess just to kind of like keep his form. But it's unreasonable. It's funny because I got that the package for that came while I was streaming Pokemon last night. So, I was just able to be like, hey, look at our big chonker of a son. And then, like, because of how I kind of do the thing on streams where it's like I give them a sub, like the substitute for their subscription, people just started, like, being very, like, generous and just, like, giving a bunch of gift subs to people just so, Chonky Boy there would make another appearance. So, yeah. That's my Larg son. Anyway, aside from that, tonight I'm going to be heading over to... Actually, around this time last year, you may recall that I did a 24 hours live stream of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, yeah, because Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is 1 year old today. On top of that, do you remember what I did immediately afterwards? I went to a Christmas party at Ray's. I'm doing that again. This time I'm actually well rested for it, though, so I'll probably remember it much better than I did before. So anyway, let's go over to the Christmas party.
Okay. This one is... Oh my god, okay, got it. A fish dressed as the guy from... Steven Universe. Steven?
Who's Cash?
Universe?
It's a...
What is it? The guy from Steven Universe?
Yeah.
Alright, so what if
So he's dressed like Greg or he's dressed like Steven?
Who's the one who has the star shirt?
Steven.
Okay, yeah, this is a fish dressed as Steven from Steven's Universe for Halloween.
I don't know.
I feel like I cannot be more descriptive.
Okay. It's a fish dressed as Steven for Steven Universe.
Yes.
Gorbus?
No.
Is it Kadabra?
What? Wait, what? What'd you say?
Kadabra?
Sorry?
Kadabra?
like
No,
abracadabra?
no.
It's an actual fish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Is it
Like a bird.
Hold on, yes.
Carvana.
It is Carvana! He has the little star.
I can't remember his name. That's what I'm sure.
That is Steven Universe's outfit.
That's a mean look at Steven Universe.
I didn't say it was
You have
funny.
to redo it because you showed one of the other ones.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I saw nothing.
Oh boy.
It was Gramble.
Oh.
That's the next one.
I was gonna guess.
This one is
Fucking aquatic bird.
God. This one is
Oh, great.
a ghost dressed as a butt plug.
Is it Snow
It's not right.
And the video or Shuppet?
Shove it.
Shove it, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I got that so fast.
Relax, alright?
I guess you win.
It is Monday, and well, as you saw from the clip there, we had quite a bit of fun at the party at Ray's house. Went there, socialized with people for a bit, and then like a bunch of people just sort of like they sort of like crept off to their own spot to play Pokemon, myself included. We basically just did a bunch of like the Dynamax raids that were around. Someone found a consistent way to make it so the same Dynamax raid will stay like spawn in the same spot, and you can do it over and over again. So we were trying for a Gigantamax Charizard, and I think only like one out of like the 6 of us there caught it. So it is what it is. Anywho, but yeah, we also, as you saw from that previous clip, we were playing a game where Tina, Ray's fiance, would describe Pokemon, and we would have to guess what they were. And I want to see if you can get one that I didn't catch on film there. And I'll say it at the very end of the vlog here. It was that the Pokemon looked like a cross between a reindeer and a bee dressed as a vampire. And I really want to know if all y'all can get that one. So, take your guesses there. Anyway, at the end of the week, because I have not done this in quite some time, and I really should do it more often, once a month. I'm gonna count this as the beginning of the first vlog of the month, so you know it's not, but still, it's the first full vlog of the month. We'll go with that. That's how I'll spin this. Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons on Patreon for without their continued support. Content like, well, maybe not necessarily the vlog, but a lot of my Let's Play stuff and things like that wouldn't really be possible. So I want to give a big shout out to them and thank them all for their continued support. If you'd like to be one of my patrons on Patreon, you can click the link in the description or in the card there, or head on over to patreon.com/TomFox and sign it up. We got a multitude of rewards there, and yeah, you can take your pick. But anyway, the beginning of this week was a little bit rough, but it got like better as it went on, and the loss of Baxter is gonna take some time to heal, but I think it is getting better. But anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this week. I hope you all enjoyed the week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later. It was Volbeat.